We've got a sun-dried tomato and basil sourdough. It's going to be packed full of Parmesan, sunflower seeds. Basically, we're kind of taking all the elements of a pesto, but kind of deconstructing it and putting it through our bread. So the first thing we need to do to get our dough started is we're just going to do a very simple autolyse. So we're taking 400 grams of strong flour and we're going to take 280 mils of water. So autolyse, very simply, it's just about mixing the flour and the water together. It gives the flour an opportunity to hydrate fully, gets the fermentation process started, and we're going to leave that sit for about a half an hour. So literally just bring everything together, keep working it, just get your fingers in there, just to kind of work that loose flour into form like a rough dough. Need be, you can turn it out onto the table just to kind of work that little bit of loose flour into the dough. Very quick little knead. But that is simply it, that's all we need to do. So what we'll do is we'll just simply pop that to one side. We're going to leave that for 30 minutes and then we'll come back to it and we'll work in our tomato puree, our sourdough starter and our salt. You're not really going to notice any change in the dough and its appearance, and it's a nice soft sticky dough, so don't worry, that's exactly what we're looking for. So you can drop that straight in. 180 grams of sourdough starter, and I just made sure to refresh this last night to make sure it's fully active and at its peak. 30 grams of tomato puree, and then to that then we're simply adding 10 grams of sea salt. So when you're making any sort of doughs, it's always the dough hook we want. And that's just on 2 setting, and we'll let that go for about 3 to 4 minutes and our dough should be ready to go. So that's it, our dough is fully kneaded. You can see it's a lovely elastic wet dough. It's exactly what we're looking for. So just when it comes to handling the dough, again, a little bit of oil on your hands just stops the dough from sticking to you. So now you can see the dough, it's beautifully and smooth, lovely and elastic. It's exactly what we're looking for. So all it is going to be now into a clean bowl. Again, a little drop of oil, just stops the dough from sticking. Just give it a little brush around so your dough can go straight in. And now we're going to leave it to rest and to prove for about 30 minutes at room temperature. You can just cover over with just a tea towel just to stop the skin forming on it. We'll come back to that in 30 minutes. So our dough has been proving for the last 30 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to stretch the dough out, and that's where we're going to look to incorporate our basil, our sun-dried tomatoes, our sunflower seeds and our Parmesan. So for this dough, you want to have like a good generous handful of basil. And we really want to kind of load it full of flavours. So we're going for about 150 grams of sun-dried tomatoes. So again, just roughly chop. I'm using about 100 grams of sunflower seeds. And then for the Parmesan, I'm not really weighing, I'm just kind of, all's preference, kind of be nice and generous. Okay, so you just want to turn your dough out onto a kind of a very lightly floured surface. And then just kind of stretch it out. We're going to do this process twice. So you're going to add half now and then half later. Spread it with like kind of half the tomatoes. Cover with some basil, some sunflower seeds. If you want to use pine nuts, feel free. As I said, the sunflower is a really lovely alternative. And then nice generous grating of Parmesan. Don't be shy. And then simply all we're doing is going to stretch it and fold it over. So that's literally going to go back into our bowl. We're going to let it prove for another 30 minutes, and then we're going to repeat the process. We're going to stretch it out and fold in the remaining of our ingredients. Cover back over, 30 minutes, and we go again. We're ready for our second stretch and fold now. So once again, just a little bit of flour on the table, not too much. Turn your dough out. And once again, you can just stretch it out. Already you can kind of see we've got a nice mix of our dried tomatoes, which we're going to go more of. You can really change up the flavour combinations, really create your own. Lots more sunflower seeds. And of course, lots and lots of cheese. So once again, nice little stretch out, fold it over, and again. Just round the dough ever so slightly. Now it's back in the bowl. So we'll leave that now for the next hour and a half to 2 hours. We'll come back to it, we're going to shape it, and that'll be it. So our sourdough has been proofing for the last hour and a half. So what I need to do now is just knock it back and give it a quick shape. So if I knock it back, we simply just knock the air from it, equalize the temperature within the dough, form into a rough little kind of ball, and that is pretty much it. So depending on what you're using, you can use like a proving basket. If you have access to one, absolutely perfect. You can use your mixing bowl, no problem whatsoever. I'm just kind of using a Pyrex dish, line it with a clean tea towel. Just going to give it a little dusting of flour, which will just stop the dough from sticking to it. So then just to finish off our little sourdough, so again, I just have a little bit of flour on top, not so much on the table, because again, I want the dough to grip. So literally just pulling the dough towards me, keep my hands on the table. It will try to rise up, so I stop, turn it 90 degrees, repeat. So again. And each time the idea is it's gripping from the table from underneath, it's pulling the dough in. So it's creating kind of surface tension. A little roll around, and then simply then goes into prove upside down. A little dusting flour on top. You can simply then, with the excess tea towel, just tuck it in. We're going to leave that for about 30 to 40 minutes at room temperature. Just allow the dough an opportunity to recover. And then I'm going to pop in the fridge and let it prove overnight. So all that's left to do now is to bake our sourdough. So I'm baking it within the Pyrex dish. Now you can use any kind of Dutch oven style of baking if should you wish. Again, you can simply just bake it directly on a baking tray. The benefit of kind of baking it this way is you don't need to steam the oven. If you're baking simply on a baking tray, recommendation would be to have a roasting tray preheated in the base of the oven. So as you load the bread in, you need lots of steam. So pour in a boiling kettle to release a big blast of steam. So simply all I need to do now is to turn the loaf out. Kind of a little bit of flour on the base and on the lid will just kind of stop the dough from sticking later. I'll try to get it off after it's been baked. So literally then just flip it straight over. Just nice and gently just remove the tea towel. So the last thing to do now is what we need to apply what we call the baker's signature. So as well as aesthetics, it also helps control how your bread will rise within the oven. And by scoring the bread, it allows the gas to escape, and it gives the loaf a chance to open up and expand within the oven. And then it's simply on with the lid, and it's straight into the oven. And it's going to bake for a good 35 minutes at 240 degrees. So what we'll do, we're going to take the lid off and just let it bake a little bit longer without it, because it just takes a little bit of time for the heat to penetrate the lid. So that's our sun-dried tomato and basil sourdough with sunflower seeds and Parmesan baked. The smell is coming from, it's absolutely gorgeous. You can, the cheese is melting into it, the tomatoes are poking out, you can see the sunflower seeds. Cannot wait to cut into this loaf.